Are you ready?
I am.
Okay, we're rolling.
Check. One. Check. All right.
You don't trust me to do
No,
my job?
I just wanted to say it.
Okay. Oh, well, that's fair. Okay. I got off the plane at LAX. Okay. I don't know if you knew this, Connor, but in a past life, I was a bit of an explosive expert myself.
Is that right?
Yeah, and I've kind of felt like we've been sliding a little bit lately. I think we kind of got to take it up a notch.
Okay, well, I could get on board with that, I think.
Yeah, for sure. But just to make sure we take things up a notch, I've rigged the microphones to explode if we do not meet or exceed 50 bits per hour.
Oh. I mean, that's kind of a little...
We need stakes, goddammit! Stakes indeed. Welcome once again to another episode of Cinema Forecast. I am Alfredo with my good friend Connor here.
What's up?
And today we are talking about we got a new category. Whoa, don't jump the gun, Alfredo.
Yeah.
We got a new category.
Big news. It's August, baby.
It's August, and we're talking movies in motion. Mo in Mo. What's good? Eminem.
That's right.
And what movie did we watch?
We're watching Speed.
We're watching Speed. Great fucking 1994 Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock, action vehicle, literally vehicle. Right up top, just want to get do a little bit of Department of Corrections here with y'all. No one's going to jail, don't worry. I just wanted to clarify in the ET episode, I mentioned Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. I said it might be a musical. I later, as I was editing the episode, I was like, let me Google that real quick, and it's actually a play by the one and only Tennessee Williams, great American playwright.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so
Wow.
yeah, I feel like something that we probably should be familiar with, but hey, whatever. Just a couple nerds.
Couple nerds nerding out about what we nerd about.
Yeah. So, Speed. Do you remember the first time you watched this movie?
So I've mentioned several times on the podcast before, Alfredo, that I grew up on 90s action flicks, and Speed was one of those movies. I was born in 1993. I was watching...
Prime number, we found out recently.
Yes, sir. I was watching this movie since I could form memories, basically. Just one of those movies my family would turn on all the time. Super nostalgic movie for me. Another one I also just kind of forgot about for a long time, and then came back to it as an adult and was just struck by how fucking good it is.
Yeah. Yes. A taut screenplay, I would say, and the way that it's presented. One of those action scripts where you're like, okay, you buy in and you're like, let's do it. My first time watching this film, thank you for asking, Connor. I don't really remember. Definitely have seen it before. Might have maybe even seen it with you at some point.
I'm pretty sure I showed you this movie.
Yeah. Probably back in what we like to call the prime meridian days, those halcyon days, those days of milk and honey. When we
golden age.
When we gazed upon such films and supped at the teat that is classic film, incling 1994's Speed.
Yes, sir.
And
Tremors was around that time.
Those classics.
Well, I went through a phase where I was just like, I love movies. I've been watching a lot of movies.
Can I just say, Connor, it's not a phase.
No, okay, but like it was a phase of looking back on the movies that I just had kind of dismissed a long time ago as more of like movies I watched when I was a kid, and then being like, okay, now that I like appreciate movies as more of like an art form, I'm gonna like revisit some of these, and then some of these classic action ones just really stood above the bunch. In terms of just like, wow, like they don't make movies like this very often. This is a rare feat of film, I would say, in terms of just non-stop on the edge of your seat escalation throughout the whole movie. Amazing score, just an amazing cast, and love Dennis Hopper as the villain, man.
Yeah, wow. Sometimes I watch Dennis Hopper and I'm like, this guy's a good actor. This guy's a good actor. Why is he doing this? Why is he? This is insane. But it's fun, and as you well know, fun is the enemy of the nitpick, you know?
Yeah.
There's so many times though where I'm watching this movie and I'm like, that's right, I'm watching a movie.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me, Dennis Hopper.
Yeah.
I feel like this would have been awesome to watch in theaters when it first
Oh
came out.
God, yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's so over the top in this, but I think it's like, I don't know, hits the tone just right for me, where it's
This
like so
is-
self-aware.
Everyone is everyone is like up there, you know.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of ham going around. There's enough for everyone to feast. You know?
I appreciate he's such a fun villain to watch. Every time he's on camera, I'm just like so enamored with everything he's doing.
Very specific choice that he always uses the phone with his right hand because he's missing the thumb on his left hand, but he always holds the phone on his right ear. So any shot of him on the phone, you
that's
see
such
him
a good point,
holding
yeah.
the phone across his face, which just is such an like striking like look, because it's like, why don't you hold it to your right ear? And then of course, like, I mean, if he had a bomb explode and take off his fucking thumb, he probably lost hearing in one of his ears.
Never thought about that. That's so good,
No,
Alfredo.
that's what I'm here for.
You're schooling me on my own childhood favorites here. That's great.
That's why I'm here. That's why they sent me.
They being the lizard people? Or?
No, it was Klaatu and ET got together. They got together with the heptapods,
Hell
and
yeah.
actually the xenomorph it reformed now. I don't know if you know this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's good to
took
hear.
some anger management classes, went to rehab. You know, apparently they were like addicted to like eating people, but like they've gotten over that. You know,
That's great. I love to hear transformative stories.
they've
like
moved on to eating synthetic human meat. You know.
that. Oh, good,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So let's talk about some themes.
Yeah. So this was a tough category for me to write themes for. Movies in motion.
It's you know, if I may.
Yeah.
May I?
Oh, you may.
Thank you so much. So it is similar a little. It's similar in a way, but also different from some of the setting-based films that we have, because it is a sort of setting-based thing.
Yeah.
Where like we're talking more so about like where the story is set, or that those are the threads that are sort of like connected, and then we have to find like, what about this choice of a moving setting? Like, what about that choice? What sort of ideas or
Right.
themes or like truths about humanity does that communicate?
Right. Does that evoke? Why do you choose this setting or this structure? And I think where movies in motion is set apart a little bit is just that the very idea that you are on something, that a moving vehicle for the entire movie in itself is usually to elevate the fun and the stakes. And so deriving the themes from that is
It's like
interesting.
setting your movie on a timer.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So it's almost exploring fun as a concept sometimes. But I didn't write that. What I wrote for number one is control. Because I think what is interesting about vehicles is that we are both in so much control as mankind by using these like extremely complex and elaborate tools. And yet you are so out of control with your environment around you because you're moving at fast speeds in dangerous situations, or as in many of these movies, including Speed, you are not the driver of the bus necessarily. So I think both control and also mankind without control.
Right, for sure. Control and the lack thereof.
Yeah, totally. I also wrote just danger as a theme. I think because you're so out of control, what is humanity in danger, basically. Then hubris of man, I think that also kind of plays into, that's come up a couple times, just using technology. What does that mean? What does it say about society? What does it say about the people who use it? And then one that comes up constantly, isolation.
Word.
And I think isolation is just such a good narrative tool for, well, both you're isolated, so you're trapped with yourself, but you're also, it's because you're isolating mankind. And that is so much of what storytelling is about, is looking into what it means to be a human.
Yeah. And trapped is the word right there. I think like some of the things we're hinting at is this becomes, as with movies, in trapped movies, this is a microcosm of community.
Yeah.
This is distilling like what a country looks like politically down to like a group of easily recognizable characters, right? It is this sort of like Stanford prison experiment type thing,
Yeah.
or this sort of like, let's do like a little petri dish of what human existence and relationships look like. And also I love that it's like you are trapped and you are confronted with the limitations and the grandeur of humanity's intellect, because we're talking about these machines we built, as you said, dealing with technology, and we feel like, oh, it's like a fucking a horse we've tamed. But what I love about trapped movies is like, no, it's so much more. We create these things that are so complex that then there's all these different angles to like approach it with, right?
Right.
And I think as we start talking about the other movies as well, it's gonna like come out more and more. But yeah, I mean, immediately, like, you think about it, we built buses, we drive buses, we ride buses all the time. I love the idea. These people are on their daily commute, dude, and then suddenly, boom, their entire existence hijacked by this like maniac using another form of like, technology.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say you could say the same thing about bombs control, the police force, right? The Dennis Hopper's need to feel like he's in control.
Absolutely.
And how he uses bombs to do that.
I think, and that was a funny thing because we were talking movies in motion, and I can't think of like, we like went for vehicle movies really, and I love how we were both just on that same page, because like I'm trying to think like what would be like a movie in motion that isn't talking about technology constantly, and there really isn't one.
Well,
like,
you could technically
on a
define but that's still a vehicle. I would think even more just like walking. That's technically in motion. I think the things with
what's a good like walking movie where they walk the
Lord
whole
of the Rings.
Yeah,
you could do adventure or something.
I don't think of those as movies in motion.
Right. Well, the thing I think that is unique to vehicles is that they don't need to sleep. So like the whole story can take place day and night on something just moving.
Yeah.
Hints for other movies in this category.
Day and night.
But this whole movie, right, is like you can't just have an entire movie where someone's just running. You can have an entire movie where a bus needs to stay over 50.
Ooh, what about a robot?
Yeah, a whole movie about a robot running. The whole movie, Running Man, I guess, is a movie in motion.
There is I think there are the possibilities, but it doesn't really feel like you don't have like what I need and what I'm picturing is two people standing on something
in motion
with the background blurred from speed, right?
Yeah, speed.
Speaking of speed,
yeah,
king of segways.
Yeah, let's get into it, man.
Speaking of motion, a Segway.
Wow.
You remember I've said this before. Put on a security uniform and hop on it because it's a friggin' Segway.
Oh yeah. That's a great. Great. Good job.
We immediately start with motion, dude. I love how we're starting this month with that motion.
Yeah, in this movie, I really love the cinematography for so much of this movie. This whole choice of going down the elevator shaft. I don't really, besides, like you said, being in motion, I'm not sure what it symbolizes to the movie as a whole other than it's cool.
Yeah, and let's shout him out right now. Andrzej Bartowiak. He is the cinematographer for this. He is a Polish guy. He worked with Sidney Lumet, whatever, on Prince of the City, which is like this old school thriller. But what I wanted to say more than anything is that this is directed by Jan de Bont. Jan de Bont is a cinematographer. That is what he is known for.
Interesting.
And I think it shows so much in this movie. And I love because he let's see, what were some of the movies that he did? He worked on Twister, for example, and he did the cinematography for Lethal Weapon 3, Basic Instinct, Flatliners, The Hunt for Red October, and Die Hard as well. So I love this. To me, cinematographer, it feels like such an artsy sort of like you're wearing a beret and you're like, oh, I'm a cinematographer. I capture the images, the play of light. And I love the idea of like an action cinematographer where it's like, I am like just going to come up with like fun set pieces to film in like cool ways. And him directing it too. I just love it. Because I mean, shit with like, it's like a cinematographer, like let's jump a bus and like let's film a bus getting jumped,
This is let's film fun stuff movie.
It's super fun. It's like What's funny is a lot of people I know who like get into like camera work and stuff, myself included. You like when you first fuck around with that shit, it's just like, all right, let's just like set up a camera right here and let's I don't know, let's try to jump this bike, you know? Like, cool, yeah, woo. Or you just film like stupid shit and you're just like, but you're trying to think, okay, it'd be cool if like we did this or that, right?
Yeah.
This will be fun. And I love that playful aspect of it.
Yeah, I think this whole movie is extremely playful. The dialogue is extremely playful. It all feels very self-aware and a little winky and naughty.
Written by Graham Yost.
Yeah, great script. I mean, like a couple parts that are a little too like cheesy here and there, but like overall, I think this script is so tight and there's just so much fun writing and so many memorable dialogues just seared into my head from my whole life of watching it.
Yeah, and I think all, of course, as I like to say, buttressed. You know, I think by the score, the dun 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 dun.
Oh my gosh, the score.
You've been saying it so much. You know, he also did this guy Mark Mancina, or Mancina, I'm not sure. He did Training Day as well.
Yeah, no, he has a very interesting list. He also
I fucking love. Have you seen Training Day?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I haven't seen it in a long time, but good movie.
Maron, what a good movie.
Yeah, I remember it's really tough watch at some parts, but we should get that on here sometime. Yeah, he also did Con Air. Speaking of movies in motion, great.
Wait, what? He did you? Con Air?
And he did the. It's funny because I've seen this twice now. I think also with Jerry Goldsmith for Alien did the soundtrack for Mulan, but not the songs. Mark Mancina did Tarzan and Moana, but you know the background music and stuff. So interesting.
I'll be in your God, dude, my guy Philly Call.
Yeah.
God, that
great score.
Fuck.
Coming up soon. He's in motion a lot of that movie.
Ooh,
He likes to swing around.
Yeah, God forbid a white boy get a little motion. Know what I'm saying, dude? But yes, like as we were saying, I love immediately there's this motion. It's a very like I just want to mention up top cuz like that it is a cinematographer directing this cuz that is the
absolutely
definitely and not just a cinematographer, an action cinematographer.
Yeah.
The guy who fucking shot Die Hard, you know? That's fucking sick.
Like the action movie. Yeah, totally.
I also just want to say I love the way the credits are like appearing and disappearing.
Yeah.
I don't know what to call them because they're not columns, and I know the other way, the like perpendicular to a column is a row, right? When we're talking about like tables.
Yeah.
But what do you call that in like a building? You know, like that beam?
Yeah, beams. Yeah, they're beams. Yeah, for sure.
Nice. We friggin' did it.
Yeah.
But the way the credits are like disappearing and appearing behind those.
I wrote a era of PowerPoint font next to it. It does look like there was this period of the 90s where it felt like all of the fonts from this time ended up just like in PowerPoint, and we grew up with that.
I feel like you had a nice like deluxe version of PowerPoint because I was digging that. I wish I had that in my PowerPoint.
Fair enough.
I
the
also,
amazing theme comes in. So
I also
good.
want to say, well, then we fly into the hole of the pea. We fly into the pea hole of speed. I'm serious. The word speed comes up.
Yeah,
we fly into the hole in the pea hole.
And that's when we drop down into the security guy finding our very good friend Dennis Hopper down here.
Yeah. I love to. This is a movie that chooses to introduce the villain first. You know?
And what a villain. One of the most horrifying moments in the whole film, really setting the stakes here. He's like, "Hey, do you have a work order to be here?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I got it right here." Fucking
stabs him in the ear
with a screwdriver, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what a way to kill someone.
Yeah, stabbing in the ear. Ugh.
And it just shows from the start he doesn't care if he gets his hands dirty. This guy has
deranged.
Literally zero empathy. He's an absolute psychopath.
He's deranged.
But what a fun psychopath he is.
Yeah, he's pretty wild. He's a pretty wild guy. He just wants to drink Coca-Cola and watch football.
He loves football.
And we see all these suits getting in the elevator. You know, I like this interaction too with the thanks for pushing the button, Bob. Even though because he says that like
Yeah.
the button was already pushed. It's like,
Such a-
we don't know what we'd have done without you, you know?
Yeah, such a playful dialogue from the start. Oh yeah, he also says nothing personal after stabbing him in the ear.
Oh yeah, he does say that. Yeah, he does say that. And then when the cable gets blown off, the same guy goes, "Jesus, Bob, what button did you push?"
Yeah.
So it's a good little comedy.
Well,
little
like right,
comedy.
yeah, they're setting the tone right from the start. Right, this is gonna be an extremely playful movie. We're gonna have a fun time here.
And the first introduction of the cops, the car had so much hang time.
Yes.
How are they doing this
So
shit?
I think this is, the introduction to our hero here, right? I definitely like laughed out loud at just like, it's the classic. He's going to get the job done, but he's going to do it in his own crazy way, right? And so to show his introduction being his car, like, flying through the air and banging down, like, he's going as fast as he needs to go to get there on time to get the job done. He's a little crazy, but he does his thing, he's a little loose cannon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I also think that they were like, it'd be sick if like the car like jumped into like
it's
the
all
frame.
tied together. It's both. It's because it is his character too, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, okay, counterpoint.
Yeah.
You could just show the car going fast, right?
Yeah.
But no. I think part of what they're doing as well is that it's like, okay, if you want something that's very, very like grounded, like that's not here, right?
Right.
Like I think it is a tone setter as well. It is
True.
like it is being like, all right, this is gonna be playful. We're gonna have a little fun with it. Cars can fly in this world.
Yeah.
Buses can fly.
Yeah.
Trains can fly. If you go fast enough, you can jump anything, anywhere, really.
Right.
And if you believe in yourself.
You just got to believe in the power of friendship and love.
And immediately when they get out of the car, there's this awesome orbiting shot around them, dude, where the camera moves in like a circle around them, and it just really gives you that sense of like, all right, we're in it. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on? What's the situation?
Heroes
Give
getting
us the
suited
lowdown.
up. That's what I wrote down.
I also love it's Jeff Daniels, dude. It's
Yeah,
fucking,
he's so good.
and it's so wild that his range, like between like doing stuff like this and then Dumb and Dumber is just the thing that
Yeah.
like I always think about with
Yeah.
him, right? And just picturing him as, I can't remember which one he is. I think he's Harry.
Yeah.
Again. Whoa.
Yeah, wait, I was going to
Yeah.
say. Yeah, his performance in this, man, I love it. I especially like for so much of the movie where he's just kind of like burnt out from his like wound and having to be a desk cop now and all that, and he just has like this like bitterness underneath his voice the whole time, but it's always playful and like a little sardonic and like.
Yeah, the whole back and forth between him and Jack is great throughout.
Yeah.
Like they have a great like the like more like younger maverick cop and then like the guy who's like been around the block a little bit. And yeah, I'm gonna go home, have some sex. Second movie where people say almost that. You
Yeah,
know?
that's the ending of. Well, I guess I won't spoil it here. Look through our episodes to figure out what other movie.
It's pretty old. I think it's okay to say that somebody says I'm gonna go home and have sex with my wife in the movie Clue.
The final line cuts the credits.
Final line of this version of the
Yeah,
version,
yeah.
well, the version we watched,
Yeah.
which is the multi-ending version.
True. So he wants $3 million, or he's gonna blow the elevator.
Yes, and there's 13 passengers
Yeah.
in there, and when they get there, they have 23 minutes left.
Yeah, the love timers in this movie.
We love timers.
And we love timers on this podcast.
Yeah.
I love Jack. I mean, yeah, introduction of their relationship. Harry volunteers to check the device.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
And he's
playful.
definitely like, okay, thanks a lot, motherfucker.
Yep. Yeah, it's sad because he's always kind of like it's part of their kind of rivalry that is what ends up killing Harry.
Yeah,
Because they're both
sure.
kind of pushing each other, right? And it's also
I read it more so as like I think it's just that they really want to get this guy.
Yeah,
You know, I
true,
didn't
true.
feel like
True, too.
I have to outdo you or you have to outdo me. It felt like they were a good sort of team.
yeah, for sure. But it's
Like Jack is on the bus.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna save my buddy Jack on the bus. Like that was there were so many stakes to it that I felt like I understand like the motivation. Like, no, I'm gonna rush into the field even though I got shot in the leg yesterday.
no, it's been. I actually think it's been months between, because he at one point soon he says, or when he calls him on the phone, he says it took me months to plan that first job. So I think it's actually been a while.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know, but he's hung over when he comes to he's hung over from the party. Like Harry's character is.
Well, I think that the ceremony still also happened months later.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because they get their awards and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
there. I remember like there was something where I was like, did this really happen in like that short period of time? But that makes a lot more sense. But
because I think they make it pretty clear that he's spent a long time planning out.
Yeah. No. For
whole,
sure.
The
For
whole
sure.
bus thing as well.
For sure. Yeah. No. I mean, it seems planned out. Yeah. Jan de Bont, give me a little fucking give me a little thing. Give me a little text. 6 months later.
Yeah, that's interesting.
No, I don't really need it. I'm just saying. There was just, I think there was something where when I was watching it where I was like, whoa, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
yes,
you're right though.
The
I think
ceremony
it's mostly,
happening that quickly.
I think it's
like,
all
yeah.
contextual. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. They never just like, well, it's been like 3 months and we haven't seen the bomber here or whatever.
It would be wild though to have the ceremony for the medals 6 months later.
Well, I don't know if 6 months. I just threw out a number.
Right.
Many months later.
I feel like you have a ceremony like that. Like, I'm not trying to tell cops what to do. I would have maybe like 2 weeks later. I guess as soon as he's out of the hospital, right?
Yeah, which could be months, right? I don't know. Got shot in the leg.
Last time I got shot in the leg, I was out in like a day.
True.
But it was because they didn't take my insurance.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Because, yeah, his limp is still super, but he might have that limp for the rest of his life. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he got shot in the leg. Last time I got shot in the leg.
Yeah, and then just the action, the way action is done with the cinematography, with the music, like they're running up to the top, trying to figure out where the elevator's at, how to get into the elevator.
They walk all the way up to the 32nd floor. They take the stairs all the way up there.
Yeah. And we see them drilling, right? Because they're trying to get into the elevator shaft, and then it pans down to.
They're looking for the access panel, which is supposed to be on the 32nd floor.
Right.
Because the elevator's right under the 30th floor.
Right. And this is when we see that the bomber, still in the building, is listening to him. He doesn't like that they're drilling.
They find the access panel, and then Jeff Daniels gets in, and like you said, we are seeing that he's still in the building. And Keanu Reeves is trying to keep everyone calm, and he tells them it's just an elevator malfunction. You see the people inside are like, why did they send police officers, not repair guys? Because they're not really trying to let it be known. They're trying to keep them calm, right? They don't want to tell them there's a bomb on the elevator.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, withholding of information, but whatever, I get it. And they have this conversation with because I think he like blows the cable, like holding it up. And then I can't remember exactly how this happens.
I don't
but
think
then
he blows it yet.
But they go up to the roof to find this
Yeah.
big cable that they attach the elevator to. It's also, there's this conversation before they go all the way up to the roof where there's the gunman with a single hostage and fucking Jack says, shoot the hostage, which is insane.
Yeah, well, he brings up the hypothetical, which becomes a big kind of back and forth between the bomber and Jack throughout the movie. He says pop quiz.
Yeah.
Harry says pop quiz in this scene, and then brings up the hypothetical of the hostage. And then throughout the whole movie, because the bomber was listening here, you keep getting the pop quiz hot shot throughout the whole movie.
Yes. And then he also, Jack says that he has a gut feeling that the guy's still going to blow the elevator. Anyway, he says that there's something wrong with the whole situation. Then they attach the cable to it. And then we have 6 minutes left and everyone's stressed out because it doesn't seem like the bomber is talking. And I love the line from Harry here to Jack, which comes up later on the bus where he says 30 more years of this and you get a tiny pension and a gold watch.
Yeah, cheap gold watch. Yeah, that's a very interesting motivation for the bomber, but also a light commentary in the movie of how we set up this system to be putting these people's lives on the line with so little regard for their life.
Yeah, word for sure. I think this is where he says, "Don't fuck with daddy," and then he blows.
That's when he blows it.
And then he blows it right there, yeah.
All of his lines.
And then the cable is holding it, but like barely. And it's so funny when they go to grab it. He's like, "Do you think it'll hold?" And Jack's like, "Yeah, it'll hold for sure." And then you're like, "No, it's not holding."
And yeah, you have the woman who like part of the bottom of the elevator falls out too when
she falls out the bottom. Yeah,
because I think he blows the brakes, but
yeah.
the emergency brakes kick in.
Yeah,
and he also has a bomb on the emergency brakes, which is like such a fun.
Well, I think he blows the top cable of like the elevator,
yeah,
like the main one, and then when he's like, "Don't fuck with daddy," he blows the like emergency brakes underneath.
Right. I just love the setup of how procedural, like I was saying, he
or
is
maybe
with every.
He even blows the brakes on top, and then you still see that there's explosives on the brakes on the bottom. But no, it blows out a part of the bottom, so he does the ones on the bottom.
Yeah, so interesting, just like all the little nuances of how he's thought this through. Like it's done in such a good way to both elevate the action and the excitement, while also being done in a very strategic, criminal way of like, this is smart the way you've set this all up.
There's thought put into how an elevator works.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like an oversimplification. Like I love that it like treats us like, hey, you may be like, you're like looking for like some actiony like schlock, but like we're gonna put thought into this, like to make it more engaging.
This is like such a pure example to me of when people say like good action schlock. Like when people say schlock, it almost has a more derogatory like bad
for sure
affiliation with it. But to me, this is like pure action schlock. Like this is like
I wouldn't use that word.
You wouldn't use schlock for it?
No, not at all. It's not. I don't think it's relevant in this context.
I guess would schlock just be like done not for the art form, but just to make money? Like how would you define schlock?
Dude, that's a great question. Cheap or inferior goods or material, trash. So it just means bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's Yiddish. I thought it was Yiddish.
That's so interesting. Okay, well then disregard all that. Cut
of
cut
low
all that
quality
out.
Or value.
Cut all that shit.
No, leave it in. People need to know about schlock, dude. Schlock magog.
Well, this is definitely not schlock. This is just.
No, I understand what you're saying. Like you're like this is like. It's like eating a candy bar or like munching out on chips, but like you're not just like buying like cheap chips. You're kind of like, shelling out the big bucks for some like avocado oil, like fucking fried potato chips, or you're getting like a really nice chocolate bar,
Yeah.
It is this thing where like, sure, you're not eating the healthiest thing, but you are making the choice to like purchase a very high quality version of it, right?
Yeah. It's just like.
It's like we're not getting a McDonald's cheeseburger. We're going down to Loretta's, a Seattle institution, and we're getting one of their tavern burgers,
Yeah.
We're making the trip out there. We're putting the effort in,
Yeah, I guess that's really what I'm saying is that I feel like action to an extent has become kind of a little more on the like it doesn't need to be well thought out because it's just fun. Like, forget it. But this is very well thought out and very fun.
It's always more fun when it is well thought out.
Exactly, yeah. Totally.
Unless it's like overthinking, then fuck that.
Yeah, well, too much business is a problem, right? You gotta, like, in this movie, does it in a way where it doesn't explain any of this shit. It's just showing you what he's blowing up, and you're understanding the procedure of how smart it is.
Yeah, we're not watching a movie to get a fucking MBA, okay? Leave the business at the door, unless it's a business movie. Then give me the business, give me that business.
Unless it's part of our business category. Yeah.
Oh my God, yes. You guys haven't seen the business category, but my God,
what a category!
American Psycho, Wolf of Wall Street. Other business movies.
Yeah, there's some other ones. Oh, The Big Short, would that count? That's a good businessy movie.
That's a business type movie. Business type beat, as we say. So they do get all the hostages out. There is that one lady who's fucking freaking out, and she's like, I can't do it.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Very human moment.
Very human.
Like, and that's the thing,
dude,
too.
Speaking of isolation, dude.
It's silly and is funny and is, like, wacky and goofy. So much of this movie it has so much good emotional human core stuff underneath, like boiling under the surface.
We have not gotten to my favorite of that, but when we will, I will not stop gushing because, oh my fucking God, there is a star in this movie. and she is not in it yet.
For sure. Yeah, there's a lot of good human moments. Yeah.
There's lots of great human moments. There is the line where Jack says to Harry, "Was it good for you?" You know, they're real raunchy little boys.
They are, yeah.
Was it good for you? And I wrote, haha, like sex. And because I think he says, "Oh yeah, honey, was it good for you too?" or whatever. And then they say, why did he go early? You know, he blew his wad. They like saying that. They refer to the bomb as a wad later on as well.
That's funny. Oh yeah, and we didn't mention the crane also like getting pulled off and then like stuck in the wall before it, like at a certain point the only thing holding this elevator up is a crane falling through the building. Just such a cool action set piece.
It's the crane that's been like the cable has been taken through like a vent, like sort of like slats.
Yeah.
Oh, man, slats. I'm so glad I remembered that word. But yeah, he lost his $3 million. They're like, why would you do that? And then of course it clicks. He's here.
He was listening.
Building.
He was listening is what they figured out because they had no reason to believe that he knew that they were fucking with his shit. And so they're like, well, where else could he be? I guess I couldn't quite figure out like what the deduction was here, but they're like freight elevator was the only option left that they could think of, I guess.
Yeah, because
they cleared out the rest of the building.
Yeah, they were like the other elevators were because that was an express elevator,
right?
So it sounds like it's like an elevator for like executives that takes them to the top floors faster. And saying that out loud, holy fucking shit!
No wonder he bombed them.
I'm so glad I don't fucking work in an office like that.
No, but that's actually super good commentary on the villain.
Because they call it an express elevator. Because the other ones, the regular ones, the plebe elevators, you know, the poors, they all have to ride in other ones, and those were like shut off.
Yeah.
And so they figure out, what about the freight elevator?
Well, I was gonna say it's very telling.
Say it, baby.
Of the bomber's motivations here, but he kind of loses that kind of more working class hero aspect by bombing a bus of people just like trying to get to work and shit. So.
Yeah, it is like such like a fucking anti like proletariat move. Like it is very funny. I think it speaks to how deranged he is. Yeah. Right.
He's a madman.
He is a madman, and also like in a movie like this, like I don't like. Like his motivation and the way they present it is like enough for me to be like, okay, yeah, good enough. I don't need that level of depth in this, like, you know.
Yeah, well, I think the core of it is that he's a psychopath, and then the rest is just like a psychopath who was nudged towards doing really fucked up things by the way he was treated by the structure of society, basically.
Yeah.
That works for me.
It does, yeah. And then as they approach, they hear him coughing.
Yeah. And they're like on top of the roof of his elevator.
It's very tense.
And just the bullet hole, the shotgun blast start coming through the roof.
Dude, oh my God. And then so Harry falls in.
Oh my God.
And then Jack goes in.
Well, okay, first he grabs him by his fucking nostrils, which has always stuck with me because, oh my God, what a visceral way to grab someone.
Yeah, that's fucked. But then when Jack jumps down, shotgun in his face, and it's empty, and Jesus Christ,
well, you
dude.
get the second pop quiz hot shot here. He keeps posing all these riddles at him. Yeah, he tries to shoot him here. Shotgun's empty. I love on the way down, I think before he tries to shoot him too, another just extremely well thought out mechanical thing here is that he knows that the cops are watching where the elevator's going. And so he's gone into the feed and he changes the numbers of what floor is being said
I like
that
he's
going to. It's so smart. Love that. Like one of those details you could have very easily just left out and the audience probably wouldn't even thought of.
And then later on you see that he like tells them that he's getting off on the third floor or whatever.
Yeah.
Or no, they tell him that they're all on the first floor, so he's like, I'm gonna get off on the third floor, but there's all this business to it, but not too much.
Yeah, I think he tells them he's getting off on a floor, but he's going to the parking lot.
He took like one business class in like community college, you know? Not full-blown MBA. Talking shit about business majors today. Fuck with me. If you have any good tips or advice on how to expand and grow your brand, though, we would love to hear. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Comment below.
Oh, my, clip that. But then he said, I can't remember what the context is, but he does say he does do the whole pop quiz thing, and he says, because he's holding on to to Harry, right? He's got him with the gun. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and he also, but who says this? We've got all the balls in the world here, man.
It's Dennis Hopper for sure. We got all the balls in the world right here, man. He's so psycho, dude.
And then, of course, Harry says, shoot the hostage.
Yeah.
And fucking Jack shoots him in the fucking leg. And I love how he still, like, the face he makes when he gets shot is like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and he shocks the bomber here as well. I love that.
He says, you fuck.
Yeah, I love, too, there's this nice little moment where he asks Harry if he has any last words, and he says, fuck you. And he's like, that's all you got? Like, we went from I regret I only have one life to give my country to fuck you? Like, he's so psychotically bitter over just like the human condition, even though he's like the worst. I kind of
wish that like they had made that more of like an aspect of his character,
right?
Like quoting like old shit like that. Like I don't know what that's from. Do you know what that's from?
It's one of the founding fathers type, like Benjamin Franklin or Thomas Jefferson. I forget.
Oh, or as I call them, the founding daddies.
The founding daddies. Yeah, here I'll look it up.
Yeah, and then Keanu's like, freeze, you're out of options, which is so fucking funny. I love how he says, holds the gun at him, freeze, and then just like runs out the door and then explodes.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
It just like blows up. And then it cuts to Harry and Jack getting those medals.
Yep. They gave you a medal for shooting me, you little prick.
Yeah. And everyone thinks that the bomber is dead. And yeah, he is dead. Oh, can I just say, I'm sorry. Before you say this, and that's the end of the movie, end of episode. Thank you. Like, subscribe, comment below.
Thank you very much. No, so I was wrong. It was an American soldier spy during the Revolutionary War, Nathan Hale.
Ooh, yeah.
And he said it right before the British executed him.
Yeah, Nathan Hale. There's a school in Bellevue called Nathan Hale.
Pretty badass.
Yeah, I remember learning about Nathan Hale.
Yeah, rings a bell.
Natty Hale.
What a badass.
Yeah. What do you think he would think about America now?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask what do you think about Speed.
What do you think he would think about Speed, and what do you think he would think about America now? Yeah, so, and then we get that the bomber is watching them. That's the only note I have. I don't remember exactly how he's watching.
He's watching him on the little screens, all the TVs he has up. And
yeah, that's right.
You have him clap. Way to go, Jack!
God, dude,
he's so psycho. I love him, man. I
can't wait till we watch Blue Velvet.
Oh yeah, man.
I don't know when we will, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe like next October. I don't want to say what we're doing this October, but maybe the next October we'll just do all Lynch movies.
That could be fun, yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
This is creepy.
Yeah, so they're celebrating after.
Okay. Yeah.
Harry's kind of.
I'm sorry. I'm listening to you. I'm sorry.
Harry's kind of he's drunk. You can tell he's not taking his limp well. It seems like he's still in pain, so it's a good point of how much later this is. At the very least, a couple weeks. I always assumed a couple months, but hard to say. But he's saying we were lucky, right?
Yes, because Jack says we were good.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, get it through your fucking skull, man.
Yeah.
We were fucking lucky. And it's Mac and Harry both kind of saying, like, look, young gun, you got to realize, like, one of these days your luck is going to fucking run out,
that's
dude.
what he said. Your luck runs out sooner than later.
Guts will get you so far, then you'll get killed.
Yep.
Guts will get you so far, then they'll get you killed.
Yep. And which is great it's a great setup for Jack as a hero because he never stops going the distance.
Jack is all balls, no brain.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's smart, but he definitely thinks
smart
first.
Technically,
or
right?
He does first,
yeah.
and then he thinks. Yeah.
He has technical knowledge, but like maybe the foresight of like, oh, what'll happen when I do this? But it's great for a movie to like, oh, I keep getting myself into like pickles,
Yeah, and he comments on it later too, like, are you just trying to make this harder for yourself now?
Yeah, when he fucking stabs the gas tank, it's so good. And then we get this iconic line, I'm gonna go home, have some sex.
Iconic.
Everyone
knows when you say that what movie you're talking about.
Yeah, everybody knows what movie. We're gonna make a shirt that says that with a picture of friggin' Jeff Daniels.
And so This might just be the next day, like you're saying, because I think, yeah, like you said.
No, this is literally the next day.
Harry's hungover.
I accept the time skip
before the
ceremony, but
yeah.
this is the day after.
Gotcha. Yeah, the bus pulls up. We get this, like, him going into the coffee shop, just like a nice, like, it's basically the last breather you really have in the movie. I mean, maybe one more before it's just like all action. Just some small talk, and then he's walking away.
And the bus driver knows Jack.
Yeah,
right?
they're like seem to be friends. They see each other at this spot. It seems often, and the bus blows up.
Yeah, I love the jacket that Jack is wearing. Love that jacket. I'm serious. It's a sick looking jacket.
Hell yeah.
I want one. Give it to me, Keanu. Give it to me.
Oh yeah, I wonder if there's a business just based on like, finding like outfits for movies and, being like, here's a link.
Maybe there's probably like blogs, or if blogs still exist, or like people, probably like who
that should be our other podcast. Just like here,
fashion cast.
Well, here we found all the clothes from all these movies.
Yeah,
if you want to complete this,
I guess so.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
I'm just pitching here.
Just pitching. Jack forgot his muffin too.
Fucking.
But he goes back and he gets it. I was stressed. I don't think he ever gets to eat it though.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting little moment of forgetting his muffin. Like, I don't know if that means anything, right?
Right? It's just interesting. I think some of those things are just to make that feel like more like quotidian, more day to day.
Yeah. Yeah, or maybe it's just to extend. Like, would he have been a little closer to the bus going off? Like, might he have gotten hurt or something?
Yeah, who knows? I don't think so. I think it really is. Or would he have like maybe held him up long? Who knows? Yeah. But yeah, fucking bus blows up.
Oh yeah, like would he have kept the conversation going with him before the bus? But I don't know.
I don't.
It depends how he set it off. Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. Bob dies, and then the fucking payphone goes off. I love that. I love Jack running up to the bus, and then like you hear the ringing going off. Woo.
This is interesting because. Where is he watching them from? Or how does he know? Like, is he tapped in?
Probably, it's a bus. It runs on a schedule, like.
Yeah, but how do you know Jack was there?
He's like, this is the coffee shop Jack goes to every morning. I don't know. Wow. He like scoped him out.
Yeah, that's the thing is, I believe that he would have done that because he's insane.
Yeah, like for sure, absolutely.
Because this, as much as this is about the money, this is also about Jack fucking up his last plan, and it's personal for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of money, he wants $3.7 million. It's my nest egg, Jack. And then there is.
Oh yeah, he said he spent 2 years on the elevator job.
2 years, yeah. Look at that, 2 years.
That's crazy.
And that's why he failed at this one, because it was a rush job.
Yeah.
But I guess he also failed at the other. Yeah, he's wild, getting his plans foiled. I love how he says pop quiz and then proceeds to explain the entire plot of the movie. He's like, bus hits 50, bomb is armed. Bus goes below 50, bomb explodes.
Yep. And he asks him like, what would your question be to that quiz? He's like, I'd want to know what bus. And he just tells him. He's like, this is where the bus is now. It's 23 or 25. Yeah.
I also love how early this all is, because he wants his money by 11 a.m.
Yeah. That's
like we started recording after, like, and this is an early record for us, but like, for example, right now, like this is after the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Dude, what if somewhere the movie plot is unfolding right now?
Or it just like right now on the news.
Right. Yeah,
it's like train bust through the ground in LA, like
two hot people making out,
talking about having sex.
Yeah. This movie is funny with the way that it approaches sex. Like, it's very funny.
Yeah.
This is very funny, and it's silly.
It is silly.
This is very silly, but I kind of like it because it feels almost more realistic than some of like some more like oversexed or like steamy sort of movies.
Point. Yeah.
Where it's like,
it's a little cheesy, but it does feel kind of naturalistic.
Believable.
Yeah.
I love how like one of the things we're striking upon like is this idea that cheesy can be more realistic sometimes.
Yeah.
And true. I think it's all context based as well, like what we're doing or what we want, what our expectations are. Because I think if you're telling me that this movie is gonna be like like a piece of like drama for the most part. Like, yeah, let's do it like in like a movie quote unquote way. Let's like approach this as a piece of art. Like, let us have that sort of lens the whole time. And dude, I'm thinking about this more and more with this movie too. Like, when we do our tier rankings, like one of the things that's really hard is that I when I'm watching the movie, we've talked about before, bare minimum is like, did it entertain, right?
Yeah.
But like I think I'm inspired by one of the podcasts I listen to a lot is the Doughboys. They like review fast food restaurants, and they always say, does this chain succeed at what it set out to do? And more I feel like that's what I care about more.
Yeah.
Because it feels so hard to like compare other movies to me, because this movie, I think if you think about it, like, does it succeed as what it sets out to do? Absolutely. I think it blows it out of the water, right? But am I going to place it on the same tier as a movie like Arrival? No.
Yeah.
But that's because their goals are different. Like, it's never going to try and be that, you know? It's just like film is just such like a wide expanse of like, what do you want to do, right?
Totally.
And it's having like a point of view and executing on that. That's so important to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey,
I agree.
Spoiler alert, tier ranking coming at the end of the episode.
Yeah, no, I want to say more, but I feel like I would just go into my tier rankings.
Yeah,
so
I'm sorry. I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's interesting. I mean, I think I've always been a bit more personal in my tier rankings, and it's like, yeah, this movie is so perfect in so many ways, and when you get into, we'll talk about it at the end. Yeah, I love that Annie barely makes the bus.
Yeah, she could have saved herself all of this, but then she might have never met the love of her life.
Yeah, that's right. When she gets on the bus, I forget this actor's name. He's Ferris Bueller, Day Off, friend, the tourist.
Yeah, his name is Alan Huck, I think is his name.
I got gum on my seat. Gum.
That scene was improvised.
Was it?
Yeah, well that moment, yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, Alan Ruck, that's his name. And then she moves to sit next to second appearance by Beth Grant, who played Llewellyn's wife's mother.
Oh, yeah, wow. I can totally see that now. I didn't connect that while watching it. But
yes, she's fucking hilarious in this movie too. She's really fucking funny.
She is kind of tragic too.
No, for sure she's tragic, but I can't remember what she's even saying about like I don't know, but she just like always like playing like some lady who's like, oh man, the bus,
just complaining about random shit under her breath. Yeah.
It's just like, it feels funny because it's like, oh, I'm moving away from this guy who's kind of like a Punisher, you know, like, are you familiar with this term?
Mm-mm.
Like people who like will just like talk to you and just like for an example somebody gave me once, it was a Scottish dude I met at a bar, and he was like, you know, a guy asks you for a cigarette and then like he stands there and starts to try and tell you his life story, and you're like being punished with like them just like talking at you. Yeah. And it's very funny because it feels like she moves from that guy to someone else who just immediately starts like complaining. But I guess she knows her because she calls her Helen at one point.
That's right. Yeah. They kind of seem a little like on a friendly basis.
Yeah. And as Jack is trying to chase the bus down at one point, he like cracks the fucking window.
Oh yeah,
hitting it, dude.
Yeah, he does.
Man, Keanu Reeves, fucking jacked for this one, dude.
Yeah, well, I love. Yeah, they're setting that up. Just the distrust of him. Like, it's all very believable why this communication breakdown happens, because like Jack doesn't really have any choice but to try to like get their attention in any means necessary. But of course, that also would scare them.
Yeah, no, it's freaky. They're definitely like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? And then I really love the guy who he commandeers the bike. Not the bike. The guy he commandeers the car from. It's so fucking funny, dude.
He's like, it's not stolen. It's stolen now.
Yeah, I love that. And then there's the whole business about make sure you don't hit my car. Like, don't fuck with my car, man. Please don't fuck with my car.
We don't have to go so fast.
and then he at one point he's like, oh wow, you did, like, he's like complimenting him on a maneuver. But then he's like, the whole thing about like, please don't fuck up my car. Please don't fuck up my car. Then, are you insured? Yeah, I'm insured. Then he breaks the fucking door off
my door
just to facilitate the fucking jump, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's wild. So I did watch the trailer for Speed 2. and because I haven't seen the movie, because I've heard it's pretty bad, and I could see why it would be bad based on the trailer. But this guy does show up in that one, and I don't know if you know the plot of Speed 2, but it's about like a boat that can't stop or something with a bomb on it, and
Is that Speed 2 Cruise Control?
yeah, and it shows them going through some beach houses, and it's this guy being like, "Oh, I just bought a house here."
Really? Oh my god, that's fucking funny, dude. Poor guy, dude.
Yeah, can't catch a break.
Glenn Plummer is the name of the actor.
Oh, he's
I love
good.
him. I think
Yeah,
he does
he's
a great
awesome.
job in this.
It's really fun.
I do want to say, since we have been introduced to Sandra Bullock at this point, Annie, this is one of two movies that I know of where Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves play against each other. 12 years later, in 2006, they were in a movie called The Lake House together.
Oh,
Have you heard of this movie?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
It's really really fucking wild. It's an insane movie from what I've heard. I've never seen it, but we should watch it.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Now we've set it up.
We gotta set it up.
Dynamic duos could be the category. Just
Dynamic duo. I mean, well, maybe we'll look into the plot a little bit more and see if because I think there's some really wacky shit that might be fun to build, maybe even build a category around. But as I was alluding to earlier, Annie is, I think, my favorite character of this. I love Sandra Bullock is, I think,
she's really good.
So good in this movie.
Yeah.
Her performance in it, I'm really just kind of like, wow. Like it's one of those things where you're like, oh, this is why you're a movie star, because like you just have so much charisma.
Yeah, she's so naturalistic. I like that Annie isn't like, she's a little abrasive in some ways too. Like I like from the start that when Jack's trying to get on the bus, she's like, no, don't let him on. And the whole time she's kind of like, before he gets on the bus and she knows what's going on, she's kind of acting as like, no, I'm going to stand up for the people on this bus. I'm going to protect the people on this bus by not letting him on. And so it's setting her up as
fuck
like,
this crazy guy. Don't let him on the fucking bus.
Yeah, it's setting her up as kind of like, this force on her own, right? She's a force to be reckoned with right from the start.
Absolutely. I mean, even the way that she deals with the name of the character that Alan Ruck plays is Stevens. The way that she deals with him, where she's like,
I got gum.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm gonna move. I do not want to fucking talk to you. Dude, it's insane the way that he just starts talking to her. Just like, oh, I just came my first time in Los Angeles. Oh, yeah, but you're from here, so you're used to... Like, it's one of those things that I love that they do in movies where the person is literally saying why they're being annoying. Like, yeah, I live here. I don't need to listen to you talk about the city I live in because I'm very familiar with it.
Right. I do love him as well as a character.
Yeah, no, I love the way that he, like, having him relay Harry saying, tell me about the wad, and then he says,
oh darn.
Oh fuck, and then he says, oh darn. That shit is good. Yeah, he does a good job in this. Also, dude, him as fucking the older brother in Succession, dude, is so fucking good. Yeah. He has the line too where he is super into wine. He loves wine, and he's like he talks about hyper decanting a Burgundy, and he's like pouring this like super expensive bottle of red wine into a blender, and he's like to like aerate it. It's insane. I love it.
And one of the few big Connor characters and stories I know.
Yeah, I mean Connor McLeod as well.
Who dat?
You know who Connor McLeod is?
Not ringing a bell right now.
He's the Highlander brother.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Connor McLeod. I have Alfredo. What's his Linguini from Ratatouille. I have
Godfather.
I have Alfredo. Well, that's Fredo, where I got my nickname from. I guess that one counts too. And then Alfredo, the little boy from Cinema Paradiso.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
There's got to be more Connors for sure.
I was reading the Walking Dead comic the other day, and there's a real piece of shit who tried to murder one of the main characters named Connor. I was like, yeah.
Remember when we did the ranking of whose names were the most common in the U.S.? And because yours has variations in spelling, it was, I think, it ended up being lower than mine. And I was like, there's no fucking way. Fuck this.
That's so interesting, yeah.
I bet in a place like Miami, you definitely get a lot more Alfredos than you get Connors.
Yeah.
Should go to Miami. We should test this theory. Let's do Miami movies. I want to say the license plate of the Jaguar, it says Tune Man on it.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Tuneman.
I love
This guy loves his tunes.
That's great. The whole trying to stop the bus from going above 50 before it does, and just like how they finally get the message to them on the paper.
He's like, write it. He's so fucking, oh my God, the tension, like, you know.
Yeah, it's so good.
And the way he tries to hold it up and then it blows onto the windshield.
Yeah, and I love that he's trying to shout out to the driver, or like the guy whose car he's stolen. He's trying to shout out to the bus driver, like trying to repeat, "You got a bomb on your..." Wait, what?
Yeah, it's great. Good stuff.
And then the bus driver finally sees, I love that the sign, he drops the sign. And so instead of him seeing what he's holding, it like flies up onto the...
Yeah, like I said, it flies onto the windshield.
And it looks so good, yeah.
I also love that when he breaks the car door and he's like, "I'm going to take your phone." And the guy's like, "Whatever, dude. Fucking take it." At this point, I mean, just take it. I don't care, dude. You can have whatever you want, dude.
Totally.
And the way that he jumps onto the bus and like his legs are dragging. Oh man, it's very nerve-wracking. But then the Jaguar just fucking crashes into all those water barrels on the side of the freeway.
Yeah, and I think before he gets the phone from him too, he's like, "I'm gonna jump on this bus," and he's like, "Yeah, you get on that bus."
And then when Jack gets on the bus, he's like, "What's up, everyone? I'm Jack. I'm a police officer."
Yep.
And everybody remain calm.
Annie confronts him here too, like, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?"
Yeah, and then a guy pulls a gun on him.
Yeah.
And this is so wild. This is one of those like real Keanu moments. "I don't know you, man. I'm not here for you. Whatever you did, I'm sure you're sorry. So it's cool now.
We're cool."
Yeah. "We're just two cool guys hanging out." That's the line from this movie that I always remember, I think. Just two cool guys hanging out. And then what's interesting about this as well is like there's this guy, he's nervous, right? He's committed some sort of crime and he like pulls the gun on him. And then we have Ortiz like trying to be something that people I think you hear about that can go wrong, like trying to be the hero, like, and like fucking tackle him, when it was just like, just let him like de-escalate, like we're getting to an okay point.
We've seen this theme a couple times before, right? This was in Boogie Nights as well. I don't know if it's come up more than that, but definitely like a common thing. Well, you hear people who own guns are more likely to die from a gunshot because if you bring a gun out, you're more likely for bullets to be fired. Most of the time,
if there's a gun around you, you're more likely. It makes sense statistically.
Well, most of the time, someone pulls a gun on you, their intent is not to kill you, but to like rob you, or to, you know, in this case, to, hey, don't touch me.
Yeah, to protect himself is what he's trying to do. It is very funny that this is the business to get Annie to drive the bus too, right? Like that's the like whole like mechanism for the plot.
Right.
The driver Sam gets shot.
Yeah.
And Annie has to take over for him. And I love that they do address and they let him get off the bus ultimately, but there's a point during this part of the movie where just like, this guy's like just got fucking shot, like,
he's
and he's just like
out.
And his fucking face, he does not look like he's doing well.
No.
He's just like, fuck man, get Sam some fucking medical attention.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that like, you know, like that fucking Howard Payne, Dennis Hopper's character, ultimately lets him do it. And I'm like, is it because Jack is like, we need like a show of faith for the like the money people, or is it like something else perhaps, you know? Because
it's interesting. Yeah, that I took it as just like, he's like, you're right, this is a good opportunity to show that I'll be true to my word and not kill them all if you don't fuck with my money.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I don't take it. He clearly doesn't have any empathy, but I could see from that angle what you're talking about of him having some sort of code. Like, this isn't going the way I planned, and so I will allow for like a deviation on my plan.
Yeah. I love the thing about how, and it had been set up before. Oh, one of the things that Beth Grant is saying, I remember what it is. She's like, oh, you know, I used to drive, but, you know, it was just so much traffic, and I hate sitting in traffic, so I love riding the bus. And then he goes, well, I love my car.
Yeah.
And then it's like the setup to then, like, she's like, I got to tell you, Jack, my license was revoked. And he's like, for what? For speeding. And then he smiles because it's perfect. It's like, great, go fast, lady. You want to go fast? Go fast. Please go fast.
Yeah, great little setup.
And we get the news coverage is set up, you know, and the bomber watching the news coverage. I was writing the bomber at this point because I did not know his name. But what's so funny is that if you go to the IMDb page, this is how the like plot summation, it just starts off with a deranged bomb expert, Howard Payne.
Yeah, getting his name is takes a long time.
Yeah, and then there's even like, okay, for the summaries, the second summary literally starts off with retired Atlanta Police Department bomb squad explosive expert named Howard Payne.
Wow, so that's the entire mystery of who he is. Yeah,
which I mean is like,
it's a minor thread.
It doesn't feel like a huge like, whoa.
No, it's just a nice kind of because there is, it's a good point because it's one of those things I don't think about because I've seen the movie so many times. But that is a nice little mysterious plot thread of like,
it is.
What
it's
exactly
like,
does he want?
Harry's side plot, you know?
Right, and because he also kind of represents a mirror to Jack. The more you realize, right, he was
sure.
a cop.
Yeah.
He ended on bad terms with them.
It's a very like classic thing that I love to see where it's like, oh, who's the villain? It's the person who lived long enough to see themselves become the the villain, right? Like
totally.
They were the hero turned villain. Like
exactly.
It's great.
Yeah.
I love it. I think Adventure Time has like a really awesome like episode, and they totally like show this in like a 15-minute span and like make it like really like execute it really well.
That's fun. I'd like to see that. It's a good show.
It's a great show. Great show.
Yeah, and so they set him up watching the news. Oh yeah, I have the line here from Jack. He's on the phone.
Yeah, with Harry.
With Harry, and he's like looking around, and he's like, "Is there anything around the pedals or anything?" And he's like looking down. He's like, "No, it's clean." And Annie like thinks he's like looking up her skirt or something. Like, huh?
Yeah, and so they check the speedometer, and they don't see anything attached to it. So they're like, it's probably under the bus. Sam tells him about the access panel. He gets the access panel, immediately sees something. He's like, oh, I found the bomb, dude. And then Harry's like, no, man, that's a classic decoy, dude. And then when he actually goes down and looks in, he says, there's enough C4 here to put a hole in the world.
Yeah, I like that line.
Wild, yeah. And then he does say, and then he mentions that the timer is the gold band watch.
Yep.
And then he says, what does he say? He says it looks like, he uses some word like kind of like, looks kind of cheap, right? Like he's or maybe he says tacky. Yeah, he calls it a tacky gold watch, I think.
Right. And this is when you get the great like, fuck me, oh darn, translation moment.
Yeah, it's great. There's the big traffic jam, and then Annie's like, what do I do?
Yeah, do I
Jack's
stay
like,
on the freeway
no,
or go off?
Get on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Stay on or go off. And then another point where it's like, stay on or get off, and then he tells her to get off. And oh my god, so much destruction. All these cars, like fucking, all of their like side view mirrors, like all fucking getting like fucking ripped off.
It looks so good.
Yeah, dude. It's so hard for me to watch something like this and not be like, oh my god, that
they like
fucking
did this,
sucks.
right? Like,
yeah, all these cars got fucking wrecked for this. That fucking sucks, man. What the fuck? And then we do get the setup of Harry saying, the watch is a shitty timer. Why would you use it? You know? And then he's saying a bomber always falls in love with one method and is monogamous. And I love how quickly it is like, oh, he used to be a cop.
Right.
Like that reveal comes kind of soonish. Also, I do want to say something about Harry. I totally, as I'm watching, I'm like, oh, he's going to die in this first part with the elevator bomb. I kind of love that they subvert the whole like partner dying in the beginning thing.
Right.
And it's more of like the low point of the movie
it's
later
such
on.
an effective gut punch.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
you said. Like,
because you're like,
low
oh,
point.
he's doing, like, he's on it, dude. Like, Harry's here. He's going to be here till the end of the movie.
And they give you so much time to like get to know him and just see how likable he is and how capable he is. Like I love that he is solving so much on his own, like, narrowing things down.
He is like, with his experience, he definitely seems of more like the like I mean, even the way that him and Jack are going back and forth in like the first scene, you really see it almost feels like a mentor being like, all right, think it through, Jack. Like,
I think actually, now that I'm recalling, I think Howard says at a certain point after he dies, we both know Harry was the brains of this operation. So that's how Howard viewed it. I don't think that's true because Jack is actually the one who kind of figured out his plan at the beginning, or like how to to attach the crane, figured out that he was still in the building, and then they kind of figured out together where he was. So Jack is very much
there
also
are
the brains,
moments though when maybe Jack says it, but they both like have the moment where they look at each other, kind of realize it at the same time.
Working together for sure, but I would say that
I think it's Harry has more of the like considered approach, which is funny because the way his undoing is like being
he jumps into
like
it,
he kind of does a Jack thing.
Well,
like,
that's kind of what I was saying in terms of just like it almost seems like he's playing off of like because I got shot, because I'm trapped here, I want to be the guy who gets him, kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, it really was like this is my partner's life on the line, and I'm like gonna go fuck. Like of course I'm going through that fucking door. It's got to be me. Like I got to take care of my guy.
Yeah, for sure.
So that means that reflects how we view this podcast. You feel we're in competition, and I feel like we're saving each other's asses.
Give me one.
Connor's actually trapped on a bus. We're recording this remotely. He's trapped on a bus. He's trying to defuse the situation there by discussing some film analysis on his end.
Sweating to keep these bits over 50 an hour, man. Holy fuck.
Don't worry, dude. I got you, dude. I'll help. I'm just here, with I got shot in the leg. How many times do I have to say this? Last time I got shot in the
leg. Yeah, also just like jumping back really quick, I love just the tension of it, like with the bus going on the shoulder, the fact that it's about to dip below 50 and then they hit the red light and then Jack like steps on her foot on the pedal to get through.
It is wild, dude.
And then they're just like going through a cross section as cars are coming on. It's just like, damn, dude, like what a perfect setup for just an intense action movie.
Yeah, for sure. And then like we get Mac is in a helicopter above trying to clear the way. There's the lady with the baby carriage that she hits, and like Sandra Bullock fully freaks out because she's like, I just killed a fucking baby, but it was full of cans. No, cans.
This was
full of cans.
We mentioned to Eugene, who was on our last episode, we were watching Speed, and he's like, oh yeah, that's my favorite line. Cans. It was cans, Annie.
It's so fucking silly. And then there's the kids that almost get fucking hit. Oh my God, that fucking part was, oof.
Why aren't you at school?
Yeah, I love that line. Why aren't they at school? It's so good. And then when she makes a turn at one point, I love she puts her blinker on. Yeah. Like, and it's like, that's so great. I love that touch of, and the way they like cut to her hand, like insert shot of her hand, and then insert shot of the blinker blinking the right turn.
Yeah, so and they all are leaning on one side of the bus because they know the bus is gonna tip because they're going so fast. And this is something
the way it goes on the two wheels. Oh my God.
Yeah, and this is something that has always stood out to me, but I really noticed it this time, is the way they like loop what's happening. They're showing you the same moment from multiple angles, and like the tell for that is that Annie's going, here we go, and then it's multiple times it'll cut to another angle of it and you hear her going, here we go.
Did not notice that, but that's interesting.
Yep.
Very interesting. We also see the news vans that are trying to like follow the bus, but they finally get like cut off. And there's a great line here where after they like survive that turn, Annie says, my name's Annie. And like Jack's like, okay. And then she's like, as opposed to ma'am.
Yeah.
And then she asks him a question about like, what if they like don't catch him? And he says, well, then we do this again tomorrow. And she's so fucking cute, dude. I'm watching this. I'm falling in love with her. She's like, I'm not available to drive tomorrow. And I was like, oh God, Annie, you're my favorite character.
We get the tourist too before this. He's like, if you need to go right ahead and bomb it.
Yeah.
If you need to. Nothing wrong with that.
I think he says that to Beth Grant, actually, to Helen.
So funny.
And then we do get, so at first when I saw his like Dennis Hopper's hand, I wasn't sure what, like it just looked kind of like mangled or injured. Mm-hmm. And then I realized like, oh, he is missing a thumb because they're looking for cops who are missing thumbs.
Right.
And yeah, Harry says, you know what? Actually, no, look through the pensions. He might not have been on the LAPD. He lives here now. And he's drawing disability, so we've got to have a record of it somewhere.
Smart.
Yeah.
All good stuff. Yeah.
He's doing some stuff.
Yeah, it's just like, the details add so much.
That's That kind of business we like.
Yeah, good business.
Give me that business.
This is when they call him to try to get the driver off.
Well, so it's also Mac rolls up and he's like, "All right, let's get these passengers off this bus." And I'm like, "Jack, why would you not have mentioned, hey, by the way, we can't get the passengers off the bus because he will fucking he's somehow watching and he will try and he will blow it up, right?"
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of assumed that conversation had happened, but they were just kind of seeing what they could get away with almost.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. I thought it was so funny though. It's just like Mac rolls up. He's like, "All right, time to save these civilians." And Jack is like, "No, dude, we can't do that right now, man."
Yeah, totally.
But ultimately they do get the permission to unload Sam.
Yeah, I like that. You also get that line from the tourist again saying, "We die. They got to take a pay cut." So.
Yeah, I'm talking about how the your taxes pay for them.
Yeah.
So fucking wild. And this is where we have Helen freaking the fuck out, you know?
Yeah, we also get an important detail here where Howard tells Jack, tell that wildcat behind the wheel to not do anything funny. I forget the exact line or something. But anyways, him recognizing that she went to this certain university, which will be a big...
And I think that's the thing that makes... I think that's also like... I think maybe that's part of the reason why I'm not sure, but maybe that's what like reinforces in Jack, like, oh, he's watching or something.
He doesn't figure that out yet. He just
but he has a feeling that he'll know.
He thinks he's just watching helicopters.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah, he can see with the news helicopters. We need to figure out a way to avoid that for sure. That's true. That's funny because I just saw this yesterday.
Yeah, I watched this a little bit earlier because we were going to plan it earlier, and then Alfredo got sicky poo.
Cut this out, dude. It's not cool. You can't talk about sicky poo. And then we have Helen freaking out. Helen trying to get off the bus. And it's so funny again. Jack is like, "Mac, we can't let these people off the bus."
Like,
and
just
then
one.
And they're like, "Okay, we take the driver." And then the second Helen is like, "All right, I want to get off." The cops are like, "Yeah, come on, lady.
Yeah.
Come on." And then fucking there's a bomb under the like fucking like platform that like the passengers get on, and she fucking falls under the bus.
Yeah, we soon get one of my favorite lines in the movie, which is interactive TV, Jack, wave of the future. Huh?
What a wild thing to have happen in a movie like this, where this is the tone, like that some old lady is sucked up under the bus and killed, and like Annie is like, she's like having like survivor's guilt, where she's like, and she says when she heard it go off, she thought that was the bomb. And then when she saw that it was just Helen, she was relieved.
Yeah.
Which is such a
powerful moment. Yeah.
It is insane the level of depth that this one part does. And then the rest of the movie is like, okay, back to just like
having fun.
Being an action movie.
Yeah, no, totally. It's a very like real moment.
Very
and
there's the unsaid part of it, which is like if I were Annie, I'd be like, did the bomb kill her or did me running over her kill her? You know? And it's like, sure, I didn't have a choice. Like if I went under, like if I stopped or anything, then, you know, we all know what's going to happen, but it's like, fuck, man. Like that's heavy shit, dude, to have to like contend with.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's really good. But yeah, that like you were saying, the fact that it's such a like heartfelt moment, and right before that we get Dennis Hopper like interactive TV. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Insane.
It is this wild, but very very like yeah. I don't know. I like
it works, dude. It fucking works.
Yeah, there's something about it that is maybe the one tonal moment where I'm like, this is kind of wild. Like. But I appreciate the things that it's trying to say. It just feels like if and the stakes. As I said at the beginning of the episode, we need stakes, right?
Well, it's Annie's arc, right, of going from just a passenger who lost her license just trying to get by in life to having to take on the responsibility of all these people's lives, and the weight of that is being explored, which is interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it feels a little out of place, but I don't like again. I don't mind it terribly. It's something to talk about. I think also the fact that it's like an older woman is like something about that where I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, yeah. But we don't have to dwell on it too long. It just felt a little like
I think
again like didn't match the like tone of the rest of the film, which I think the film what it does really well is having a very consistent tone.
I think I would argue it's an important moment in terms of no one else on the bus is going to die the rest of the movie, and it's setting up this is what's at stake here is this kind of emotion undertone. We don't need to touch
no,
on it again.
I don't think that I'm saying like someone can't die from the bus, like of the people
I just
on
mean
the bus.
how darkly and seriously they treat it. I think.
Yeah, I don't think it needs that level of like I don't think you need to make it that dark or like that. Yeah, I think like the implications of it too, like. But again, I like the like sort of like reflection of like the survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
I like that line, the way that it's like delivered and the way she says it. I don't know. Maybe if it was like a different person, I'd be like, whatever, yeah.
For sure.
Can you imagine if it was fucking Alan Ruck's character? That would be yeah, fuck that tourist.
Annie's just like, I told him it was gum.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll say this because Sandra Bullock is my favorite performance in this movie, and this is like she's the one who does the heavy lifting for this. Like I say, I appreciate that it's there. It's like it's a weird little tonal speed bump, but I appreciate it.
For sure.
Because that's me. I don't know if you guys have noticed this on Cinema Forecast. Me, I don't have any strong opinions about anything. Very flexible, can be very easily molded to see the different ways of approaching things. That's just me, man. I'm just like water, No strong opinions at all. Saw a guy in a Yankees hat last night at the fucking bar. Oh my god, it took so much fucking self-control not to fucking say anything.
Yeah, look at you. No opinions there.
Nope, no opinions.
I love this little conversation, but what is their captain's name? I forget.
Mac,
yeah. Mac and kind of his right-hand man are having a conversation, which is great. The freeway isn't on the freeway isn't finished, and Mac's like, it's on the map, and his right-hand man's like, I guess they fell behind, and he's like, you're fired. Everybody's fucking fired.
Yeah, fucking ridiculous, dude. I love that they're like, yeah, no, dude, don't worry. We got this freeway for you. No one's on it. It's gonna be fine. And then those complications are this feels very very of like the tone of this movie. Fuck, like this little oversight, like really fucked us
but
over.
I also believe it.
No,
right?
It's very believable. Yeah, when we check the map, I also just love the hinting at and almost kind of like shitting on like LA, like Los Angeles, like public works and like
right.
Like the
They
whole
fell behind,
the whole Los Angeles government. Hey. City I was born in, dude.
I think everyone can relate to some construction project that is
no,
taken
for sure.
way too
It was
long.
very funny. It's very funny. Just to shit on like, God, there's always this construction, but finish the friggin' bridge. Anyway, they love the number 50 in this.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, 25 number of the bus, 25 plus 25 is
Holy
50.
Shit, of course.
50 miles an hour. There's a 50-foot gap that they need to cross.
This is the most ridiculous part of the movie, I think.
Yeah. It absolutely is. See, okay, is it telling to you that this feels more in league with the tone than Beth Grant's death?
That's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I see what you mean. I guess I just think that there is a lot of like small dark moments in here. Like I'm just thinking about the fucking screwdriver in the ear at the beginning, right? Where it's just like we're gonna fucking fuck with you a bit.
I guess that one's easier for me because it's like, oh yeah, this
Just
guy's
violence.
like a psycho,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Harry's death, right? Like that's all drama, And I feel like they handle that very really too.
Yeah. But still feels much more of a piece with the tone. Like you don't like the way that they film the body getting sucked under the bus. Like,
yeah.
I think actually, honestly, if the shot was maybe more of like maybe from behind her sitting at like the frame of the bus, like with the door and like the ground falls out from under her.
You think just seeing her going under the bus is the the thing in particular.
It might be, yeah. I don't
can
know.
see that.
Yeah, I don't know why that just
maybe
feels really.
maybe that shot is just a little too much. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can see that.
especially I think because like it's like a rag doll, and so there's this like because it's obviously not her real body.
Right. Well, and she's dead at that point.
I
is
heard
the
she did
implication.
I heard she did her own stunts.
Wow.
So you do think she's for sure dead at that
Yeah, when the
point?
bomb went off, yeah, I think that killed her.
Really? Because I think okay, this is what I'm thinking. This is really dark. We'll get into it. So I'm thinking if the bomb went off, but you can see a body rolling under it, I think the best they would do is maybe blow her like legs off, and then like I think you're still alive at that point.
Maybe.
Like, dude, people stepping on mines and stuff. You're like,
Yeah.
you know, like I think she was still alive when she got sucked under the bus.
Maybe. Fuck, dude.
There was a part of me too that they're like, oh man, she's clearly dead, and I was like, I don't know. I feel like maybe like, are we
She
for
got
sure?
shot? I mean, yeah, people like
No, for
falling
sure.
out of planes
Bro, the
before
thing about
and lived.
the thing about the elevator too is like you hear about people surviving like falling floors through like the fucking tower attack on like for like during 9/11. Like and you hear stories about elevators and shit. Like I kind of felt like the explosion would probably fuck them up, but like I was like, if that elevator free fall, you might be okay. Like not okay, but you might
Very
leave
low
with your life.
chances. I mean, if you're dropping 30 floors or whatever.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, like I said, people have dropped out of
Hey, man,
planes and survived.
yeah.
So
No, for
like,
sure.
if you
People
can
have-
survive that, people can survive anything.
Yeah, I mean I think it has to do with terminal velocity and like and then yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
50-foot jump.
Yeah.
They didn't even set it up. I bet when they wrote this in the script, they were picturing more of a like
A ramp.
or like either a ramp or an uneven drop, like anything that would make this make more sense.
No.
But the fact that it's just like straight
No.
across
No.
makes no sense.
Like that's the yeah, that it is a little frustrating.
Yeah,
like a little
A
frustrating.
little bit, yeah.
It's because and it's also like there's a turn beforehand. There's a turn
Yeah.
into it, and I'm just like
I feel like this was just a problem where the script didn't quite meet where the set was.
yeah. I would love it would have been much better if it's like a straightaway and like you're saying like an uneven like sort of like drop, and because it's the same shot as the car where it like flies into the air out of nowhere. Like it doesn't make sense. That's the thing. The
It picks
geography
up-
of it. Yeah.
It picks up incline
So like
from
yeah,
nothing. Yeah.
like the shot is you see like the like you see how even it is, like you're saying, like they're on the same level, and then it's coming up to the lip, and then of course we have to cut to a different shot because this would never work. Because literally, I'm picturing. I wish I could like show in a video what I pictured happening, but this is the road, right? And then I just pictured that like,
Yeah.
happening, even if it's going 50 miles an hour.
I mean,
maybe it was like
the best
that.
case scenario is shoots the other side and like the front of the bus hits like the
Yeah.
lip of the like.
Best case scenario for sure. But then it cuts to the other shot. It's almost like under the bus where it looks like the bus just did a like a fucking bunny hop or like a fucking ollie because it's like chook. Like the like you
Yeah.
can see the underside and you're like the layout, the blocking of the scene with there's no ramp, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Definitely biggest nitpick I have in the movie, but also it's like it's almost because this movie does everything else so well that it stands out.
or you
so
know,
much.
like one of those trucks with like a bed where like it
Yeah.
can like lay it down at like an angle. Maybe that's parked up there. Like I don't know. Something.
They shouldn't have made it 50 feet.
Yeah,
It's
just
too
some-
big.
just something,
It's too
dude.
big.
Just like something. I don't know, man. Like it didn't have to be so.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I think
It's
there
just
could
too
have been a
much.
little bit more thought into
Well, it's just
that.
for how smart everything else is in the movie. It just
Because
doesn't.
then, okay, for example, so that happens, right? And then later on, there's the whole train thing where he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna make the train go really fast," so it like
Mm-hmm.
jumps off the rails. And I'm picturing, "Oh my god, we're gonna do this again. This is insane. This is dumb." And then it's so much more realistic that
Yeah.
he makes it just go off the rails, and then it is like flat ground and like this construction site, like that tracks so much
Yeah.
easier for me.
Yeah, that was still a wild choice, but like
wild.
I buy it.
Yeah, it works again tonally. Like
Yeah.
it like it's cogent within the film. But like this one, I am just like, okay, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then then we have like Jack throws himself on top of Annie too during this jump, like to like protect her.
Very cute.
Yeah, very cute. I like them. I think they're cute.
Yeah, great little romance.
Oh yeah, yeah. She's so good in this. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I love her. She's so cute.
Yeah. They take the exit towards the airport. this is a brilliant idea. Again, just like super smart script. Besides that previous
It's
scene.
also like one of those like split-second decisions.
Yeah.
Where she's like, "Which way should I go?" And Jack is like,
well, again,
"Let's go for the airport."
Jack is very capable on his feet, right? He is impulsive, but he's extremely intelligent. It's shown again and again. Because he immediately comes up with this plan, like, oh yeah, of course we could just stay on the loop of the runways,
and we
which
have
is so
Mac.
smart.
And Mac sort of explained his thinking. They're like, oh my, because like his second in command is like, fuck, they pulled into the airport. And he's like, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Because he can use the runway. Not just that. This I love. Restricted airspace for the news helicopters.
Yeah, super brilliant. And also just escalation of tension again in the writing where they pop a tire here.
Yes.
Going over because they just basically bust into the airport.
Yeah, they
grounds.
go over those like spikes that like face one way.
Yeah.
I love the line from Stevens. We're at the airport. And then I think Ortiz goes, so? And he goes, already seen the airport.
Yeah, it's so goofy.
Yeah, you know what? I take it back. He shouldn't have died before. It should just be. I think it is just. I don't know why it just sits not well with me. Like seeing her sucked up under the bus. I think it's because I'm thinking about like me having my legs blown off and then like being like
right.
run over a
maybe you
bus.
just really put yourself in that moment where most people are just like, whoa, that was crazy.
That is, you know, I have been accused of being something of an empath.
Yeah, no, fair. Then we get Howard calling Jack. He has some great lines here. Do they think I'm doing this for fun?
Yeah. And he lets Jack off for a second.
Yeah.
I'm such a child. He lets Jack off for a second. It just makes me laugh so hard.
Oh yeah. He also says, "I got a medal too. Sorry about your hand." He's like talking about just how bitter he is. And yeah, before he lets Jack off, he also says, "Do not attempt to grow a brain."
Yeah,
good stuff.
Pretty funny. Mac wants to dump the passengers. Jack is like, no, I think he's ready for that. I think we need to like dismantle the bomb.
Which is good. His instinct, he can tell from the confidence of Howard that like, no, he doesn't feel Howard. Like going back to our control here, Howard has not lost control based on that conversation. And so he doesn't know how he's watching him or how he would know, but he has an instinct.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of letting Jack off, literally Ortiz at one point says he's somewhere jerking off about Jack, right? And Annie's like, he didn't have to get on the bus in the first place. And I love this. This is a great bit that I always love, where someone's doing something that's not actually their job, but they're taking it really seriously. And so she's like, hey, get your ass behind that yellow line.
Yeah, that was a
great little bit.
Comedic bit, yeah.
God, I need to go back and watch more Sandra Bullock movies, because like I don't think I ever really like watched her with this like eye. But dude, I was so taken by her performance. And I think it's like also like honestly Keanu is great. I love him, and their chemistry is just like very believable.
Yeah.
And it's like there's so many like forced like romances, and they feel so contrived, and this one is just like
so natural. Yeah,
it's so much fun to watch too, especially with the stuff that they say later on is great.
Yeah, and what they do is such a good job of is that most of the romance building is just like directly tied into the stakes of what's happening, right? It's like moments like you were saying of Jack comforting her in that moment of her going through kind of survival's guilt and stuff. Like it feels very relevant to everything that's happening, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And just like how physical they are getting with each other, because like Jack is helping her with the wheel or putting his foot on the pedal. Like all of that is just built up.
They're working very
organically.
closely. Yeah,
it's really good.
It is great. They put Jack in a little cart.
Well, right before I just got to point out, I thought it was so funny when Jack gets off the bus and he's on the car with them. Like they're both like talking on top of the car, like while they're like driving, and it's like,
well, he's holding on to the side of the truck, right?
Yeah, and they could just stop for a moment, but I'm like, no, speed. They have to go.
It's a movie in motion, dude.
It's so good. No,
I mean, we got places to be. We are on a timer, dude.
I know, and it just fits so well, but
it really does.
It's so goofy, but like
it looks great though.
Yeah.
He looks really cool hanging on there.
Totally.
But they do put him in a little cart, and this also feels insane, but it feels great. It's awesome. Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's gonna be on a little cart, and they have to be moving because they can't go slow down. He's gonna be underneath, and he's gonna be in this little cart.
I think this is also the second time Mac tells him, "Don't get dead."
Yeah, probably, yeah. which is a funny way of phrasing it.
Yeah. And the main theme again coming in as he's like going under the bus, and it's just such a like tense, cool shot. You know, the eye contact between Annie and him, and it's just like, damn,
and
this
also,
is crazy.
It is like this thing where it's like, my life is in like, you've kind of put your life in my hands, and now I'm putting my life in your hands, because one little fuck up and like you'll kill me, you know, just like you killed Helen. You murderous bitch. No, I'm just joking. I love the business of like, oh, he won't use copper. If it were me, I would use a fiber alloy.
Right.
And so he like strips the fucking cable, and I love how he's like, don't cut it though, and then he's like, I can't bypass it, it'll fire, and he says it's a collapsible circuit. I'm curious about how much of this is actual like bomb stuff, but I just love the jargon.
Yeah,
works really
me too. I'm so curious.
And then there's this very funny thing where on the phone, like with, it's not very funny, but just the way it's like framed, then suddenly the female cop from earlier who's been part of this investigation, Atlanta PD, Howard Payne, and she's
on the phone with them under the bus,
and she's so like proud of herself. She's just like, "Yep, I figured it out. There he is."
And there's just like, okay, later, Jack. We're gonna go get him. And
it sounds like we can't disarm it. Too bad. Bye.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of trouble with the little cart. It's so like they have so much bad luck, dude. Because the way the fucking like cable, they let it unroll all the way, and then like it starts like breaking off. It's like, God, invest some money in your fucking equipment.
I think it's more just like these tools aren't meant for this situation, right? Like they're going 50 miles, like faster than 50 miles an hour, dragging this thing behind them.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel, for sure. I think that the failure rate of this thing is like should be lower than what it is.
Oh yeah,
it's fun for the movie.
Absolutely,
it's a nitpick for sure.
Enemy, fun and enemy of nitpick example for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. But I am just sitting there like, God, dude, you're really unlucky.
Well,
man.
Speaking of being unlucky, the wire breaks, and how he's able to stay on as he drives his fucking screwdriver into the gas tank.
And again, and then Ortiz, they open the access panel, hold his legs, and they pull him back on the bus, and the Steven says, "Did you have any luck with the bomb?" And he goes, "Yeah, it didn't go off." Classic fucking douchey like action movie line.
Yeah.
And then Ortiz says to him, "Man, you got some big, round, hairy cojones." And he says, "That's gross, Ortiz."
That's very gross, Ortiz.
Which is so wild because I feel like you would like that because you and Harry seem to be kind of like locker roomy boys, you know?
Yep.
And then they're leaking gas, and Annie says the thing that I love, you know, you felt you need another challenge, which is very great, like self-awareness,
exactly,
like of what the characters
a good wink
like.
to the audience.
And then we have Jack say, "Come on, Harry, save my life."
Yeah, which is so sad. We got Harry pulling up on the house. They're all coming through the window. It's a great, just like, it's an interesting. We've been mentioning palate cleansers a lot, where it's like a palate cleanser in that it's all just silent suddenly, and the movie's been so loud, and then we're just outside of his house, and it's everyone slowly creeping in.
It's almost a like false palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Like it's like a trick.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh yeah, look at this, like things are very like chill.
We're about to get him.
Yeah, but I did think, wow, the lack of I mean, it's all shorthand. We're like making a movie, but I would have loved maybe some more like process of like, let's secure the area. This guy is an explosives expert. Like maybe he wired a bomb, right? But again, of the tone of what the story is, what it's doing, it works to have that, you know?
Totally.
This is The Hurt Locker, you know? I've never seen that movie.
Me neither.
God.
We're so uncultured.
We are. It's true.
Harry gets blown up. I love, it's a trope you see every once in a while of a shot of the person's face accepting their death. And I've always thought it's a really powerful move. And just, Harry just looking at the bomb, seeing it turn red, and just like, you know, the zoom in on his face as he just kind of accepts his demise, is, you know, it sticks with you.
Good stuff from Jeff Daniels.
Yeah.
I thought well done. And I feel very tastefully done. Just the outside shot of the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big boom.
Big boom.
You think the Costco guys they like this movie a lot? Do you know who the Costco guys are?
No.
Okay, yeah, okay.
The Costco guys.
They're these guys who review things like Costco food items, and so they're like they give things like booms, and so they're like, oh, it's getting 5 big booms from me, and they go boom, 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 boom.
Wow.
And it's AJ is the name of the dad, and then his son is Big Justice, and then they also partnered up with. Do you know who the Rizzler is?
No.
God, man.
I know.
God, you're uncultured.
I'm uncultured. I admit it.
Oh well,
we
dude,
need to get these guys on the podcast.
these guys are huge, dude. It's insane. They're so big.
We need to get on their podcast, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
And
then Howard calls Jack to let him know that he got Harry.
Yeah, and he also tells him where the drop point is.
I'm gonna rip your spine out.
Yeah, Jack throws a tantrum. I love this. This is a really good moment for their relationship as well, Jack and Annie, because the whole movie Jack has been supporting Annie, and here Jack loses his shit, and Annie has to support him here.
I kind of love what she says to him, though. She kind of she begs him to be there for them. Like, she's like, I need you to take care of us. Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry your friend died, bro, but, like, get over it, because there's a bomb on this fucking bus, and we're running out of gas.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there is this and then I think he says we're going to die to her, and she says, "No, we're not. We got this far." And then Jack has the realization, like looking at her sweater, of the Wildcat, and then he's watching from the bus camera.
Yeah, he notices the Arizona Wildcat sweatshirt. Finds the camera. We get another great line from Howard here where he's watching the news. And they're talking about him on the TV, and he's like, "The whim of a madman. I like that."
Yeah, and he's popping open another Coca-Cola, but we don't see the label on this. I just assume by the bottle shape it is, so not an official product placement corner.
Interesting.
And again, I just love he's like watching football and fucking drinking Coca-Cola,
soda, and bombing buses.
I kind of love that it's not a beer either. Like that makes him seem more insane.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Just drinking soda.
He's so unhinged. Genius plan to get them out of it. I don't quite understand how this works. The whole bus feed system.
So the camera is feeding somehow wireless. Like it is, I think, transmitting the video signal to like the base where they have like the bus base where they have it. And what he's done is he's like hacked that signal somehow.
That's
he's
the whole
also
part
receiving
that I'm a little like.
So then what the camera is able to do, and it's UHF, I think, is like the kind of signal. They're the news cameras are able to pick up that UHF signal. They record it to a tape, and then what they do is I think they transmit that to the play. Like they somehow like hijack the signal to just play like the looped thing.
Right.
Which is fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I feel like it's one of those things where I'm like, ooh, I like it so much I don't want to think about it too much.
I think it makes sense if the whole transmission thing makes sense. I'm just not exactly sure how that works.
Yeah, I want like that seems like advanced technology for that. Like that's wild like to me, but maybe, I don't know cuz I feel like most like it seems like it's CCTV, and again, CC is closed circuit.
Yeah.
So
I guess I'm surprised it's live.
Yeah, no, that is like what I would think would be is like it's recording like a literally like a VHS.
Yeah.
That then like they open it up with a key, and they like pop out the VHS.
Yeah.
In case they need to do investigations, right, or something like that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not sure if it's realistic, but it's fine. I love how weirdly like it. I guess it's not that weird given the circumstances, but just how aggressive Mac is with the guy who's doing the taping. Tape it, tape it, tape it. And he's like, it's taping.
That's fucking funny.
And then he's run it, run it, run it.
And then again, that's also like he's done that. He did that from like he did that in the bit like earlier when he goes write it, write it, write it.
Yeah. And the red light is now on for the fuel tank. Like everything, like the whole movie's on a timer, but now like the timer's getting tighter and tighter, and there's more pressures on the timer, you know.
So I guess UHF is a real thing. It means ultra high frequency, and is like a radio frequency.
Interesting.
I don't know if you can send video information via radio, but you might be able to, because you don't have any sort of audio signal. So, yeah, I mean, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, like with modern technology, absolutely, you could like I wouldn't be that surprised if some of this was just like live feed stuff. But
yeah, did they have Wi-Fi? Did the Wi-Fi fairies exist back then? That carry the internet signal all across the land, and the 5G, the 5G, gnomes?
5G gnomes stuff.
It is great stuff.
Getting everyone off the bus finally. You got the triumphant music.
There's also I want to point out that the when they start looping it is also the perfect moment that Howard happened to be in the bathroom. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. He's drinking a lot of soda. He's got to take a piss.
Yeah. And even if he wasn't in the bathroom, he's often not.
Yeah, fully paying attention.
And even if he was fully paying attention, I'm not sure he would have noticed the exact moment that the edit happened. So there's enough stuff going on there. Yeah. Oh yeah, we got our tourist guy. The tire finally blows because it got cut earlier, but it didn't completely. I guess because the bus has two wheels. I was trying to kind of figure out the logistics of what happened here. It's like one got popped on the wheel, but the other wheel was still going. But now it couldn't handle all the pressure of carrying the bus by itself, and then just like pops here, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I would like it was weird to me when they just like sort of drove over it and it took this long for like something to like manifest from it, but. Hey, you know,
shit like that happens for sure.
I do love the setup of like the ramp between like the door and like the other and like the open like doors and like the way that it feels very much like a two ships, you know, put down the gangplank,
and just
you know,
how much tension they're drawing out from evacuating people like they did with the elevator, right?
It's
like,
great, yeah, it's really good, well done, and yeah, Stevens like kind of like falls over, but they ultimately get him off, but it's just Annie and Jack now.
Yeah.
And then this part is pretty sick. How they
this is
use
really
the
awesome.
access panel to like skate down
like,
under it.
Larger than life, but larger than life in like the perfect.
It's
kind
a
of
fun set piece. It's like something I want to watch. Right? It's one of those things where you're like, don't need to think about it too much because
I think it could
you make
work.
it look sick. Yeah,
it could.
I think it could for sure.
Absolutely insane, but it could work.
No, it is. It's super wild.
Great.
I totally think it could work. And then I had forgotten that it fucking crashes into a plane and explodes. And then the shot of the guy who's like ferrying the plane, jumping out like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's awesome. I love this sequence. The music's so good too, especially when they finally like just break free from it, and it's just like the swell in the music as they're just kind of gliding across the ground through all the traffic cones and everything. It's really, really good.
And the dialogue, "Are you all right?" And she's not, and she goes, "No," and he says, "It's okay, it's over." And like, you know, she kind of, you see her collect herself. She's so good at this. And, you know, you hear her kind of with the voice of, like, she's just been crying. She goes, "I hate the airport." And then he's, like, looking at her, and she says, "You're not going to get mushy on me, are you?"
Yeah, good line.
And, God, she's so good. The way she says it, I'm like, oh, my God, my heart just fucking, "You're not going to get mushy on me, are you?" "Maybe. I might." And then she says the line, "Relationships that start under intense circumstances never last."
Yeah.
It's so fucking adorable, dude.
It's cute.
And then, of course, the cavalry arrives, you know?
Yeah. They can't quite get the kiss yet because there's more to do.
No,
I love a
more.
good, long, drawn-out kiss. You're like, where you're waiting for, like, the final confirmation.
Yeah.
Like, drawn-out romance, right?
Yeah. It always depends on what kind of story we're telling as well.
Totally.
Like, when I want them to, like, you know, because there's some movies that are so frustrating.
It can get in the way, right?
Like, God fucking damn it. Like, whatever, dude.
Right. Here they don't have time.
No, it's great. It works. Because it's not a movie about romance. It just includes romance.
Yeah.
And they're setting up, they want to set up this ambush for
in 30
Howard.
minutes.
Yeah.
This is all happening very
fast. Very quickly, yeah. And they realize, like, because he's calling about his money, and they realize, oh, he doesn't know that the bus has blown up yet.
And because Mac originally wants to just tell him to fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Jack's like, no, he doesn't know yet.
No, we're going to fucking set up an ambush.
Yeah.
And we see Annie and Jack in the ambulance. Jack gets out, goes into, like, the barber shop that they're doing the surveillance from. And then we see Annie kind of pops out of the ambulance, too. Then we cut to...
We should point out, we are no longer in motion.
We are no longer in motion. No. We're not. We will be again soon, though. And then Howard is watching from like a window.
Yeah.
And he sees all the snipers. Yeah. And then that's when he notices the video footage is looping.
All right, because I think it's a really good, again, just kind of showing, not telling. This is a moment for him to be like, they're really gonna put snipers on me when I have all the control here.
Yeah.
And and it's that subconscious thought.
He's like, wait, what the fuck is going? And then he looks at the video, and I love the way he screams too, like, ah!
No! Yeah, it's so good.
And then this part, fuck, this sucks, dude. Like, he fucking dresses up as a cop.
Yeah.
And is like, oh yeah, no, Annie, don't worry. Like, nobody was like, hey, if you see this guy, like, avoid him. No, like, but it makes sense. Again, they don't have the time. They're just like going.
Yeah. I mean, they shouldn't have her there. That should have been an easy thing to avoid, but
right. Yeah, no, the fact that Jack and Annie are in an ambulance parked in front of the barbershop, because I was thinking, oh, they're getting like wheeled off to like a hospital or something, right?
So yeah, it's a little contrived, but it's fine.
It happens, you
it's
know.
Fine.
And then we have the line, he's late, he's never late, you know.
Which I thought was kind of weird. Because, like, has there been that many times where
he's only ever been early? He's only ever
late?
been early.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, whatever. It's silly.
Yeah, whatever.
And I love like, oh, the money is moving. And I was legitimately like, what the fuck? How did he get the money if they didn't see it? And I love how Keanu, like, fucking Jack runs up, opens the trash can, is like, oh fuck, and then he like opens it and you see the big hole in the ground. It was great.
Okay, I love this sequence, but also
such a cartoon like thing to do, like, you know, classic Looney Tunes bit.
Totally. I mean, they should have been able to figure this out in hindsight. But also, what was so funny to me about the scene is that Jack immediately starts sprinting out, and Mac just turns around and goes, "Jack!" and nobody follows him. Like, he's just doing this by himself. Like.
Yeah, and he just drops down. This is great. This scene right here is so well done.
Pop quiz.
Yeah, the way Jack is like, "Fuck you, motherfucker," and then like, you know, Annie whimpers and like turns around, and I love the way that she says, "I'm sorry" too.
Yeah.
Like, that is so fucking great. Like, you know. You know, she doesn't need to apologize, but it's just like, I don't know, it just felt very, very real, you know. And
yeah, and just like such a good stake builder, right?
Yeah,
like now
absolutely.
we almost have him cornered in a totally, again, like if one of the themes is control, the way he flips the control again on us as the audience and on Jack.
You know, there's also like a really good line. I think a better peek into what like Howard's mental state is, where he says, "A bomb that doesn't explode is a cheap gold watch."
Yeah.
And I love how Jack says, "You're crazy." This line is amazing too. No, poor people are crazy. I'm eccentric. I love that. It's so good. Yeah. Feels very real. Yeah. Then we have Howard taking Annie onto the train, you know, going through the crowded subway, shooting his like semi-automatic like gun.
Really good setup here. And just like, yeah, again, that line you were just talking about, it's like he's talking about the purpose of a bomb. A bomb is meant to explode, and I think it's like one of the few peaks you really get into like this kind of crazy ideology he has, where he's like,
yeah, for sure,
I'm just fulfilling my purpose. I'm fulfilling my destiny.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah,
this is the clearest moment of him telling us giving us his real motivations.
Yeah.
Like, cause you tried to kind of like we did before, we're like, okay, like bombing the executive elevator feels very sort of like a like fuck you to like corporate culture and to like capitalism, but then bombing the bus feels like a big fuck you to the working class, and the way that he's like, I'm rich, dude, like fuck poor people. And then but that line is like, okay, this is who he is. It's just like he spent so long getting to know how bombs worked that his mind started to be like, this is a work of art, and the way it manifests isn't like you put it up in a museum and look at it. It must execute on what its one basic function is, which is to destroy. It is almost this like art, like this like aesthetic like philosophy, but instead of creation, we're talking about destruction.
Totally. I love it. Great simple, like he's a really simple villain with this very complex like undertone that we don't really need to fully dive into, that just kind of props up.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Also, there's a scene where Jack is just firing wildly at like a locked door, and you see like civilians running by, like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Very, very with the tone of this movie, very kind of silly if you think about it too much, but really highlights how desperate he is. And I noticed there's so many just barelys in this movie, and I think that's a key thing of action movies.
Yeah.
And actually movies in motion, I think the motion gives like rise to these like, ooh, just you got to time it perfectly. Like the blocking, the technical blocking in a lot of these films, you like are going to set up these set pieces that you want to fire perfectly. Like this is the most sort of Rube Goldberg, I think, category that we're
Yeah.
going to have, where we're going to have a lot of these set pieces that need to fire off perfectly.
Right. Well, danger was also just like danger as a theme,
Yeah.
being a theme, right?
Like the way that he's like trying to get on the subway train, he just barely gets on it, like, and he's about to get fucking taken out by the railing, but no, he gets in. You know,
This is also nice little foreshadowing for how Howard's gonna go down too.
yeah, decapitated,
Yeah.
insane,
Good stuff.
so crazy, yeah. Howard kills the fucking train conductor because he hears him like getting a message on the radio, which also sets up that he's fucked up the emergency brake, but we don't know that till later.
Yeah, and I love Annie's reaction here, and this is also like we kind of got his philosophy a little bit ago, but I think this is when we really just see how sick he is, where he's talking about it's not gonna hurt Annie, and he's like giving her his reasons on why he has to do it. He's like, no, they're gonna come here where the explosion's at. I'm gonna be long gone. Like he's like justifying it, and the way he's talking about it, just like so casually, like,
Yeah.
ugh. But the fact that he also goes out of his way to like try to calm her in the most like cold way you can, which is like, it's not gonna hurt.
Yeah, the guy's fucked. The guy's fucked in the head. And he notices Jack is on top of the train. I love this bit where he's trying to offer him a bribe, and he
Yeah.
opens the bag of money, and the ink explodes all over him.
Yeah.
And he goes, "My money!"
This is where he loses it.
So,
Yeah.
and he just starts shooting wildly at the roof, and Jack is rolling around trying to like fucking dodge it.
I love
Nice
that he's
little
just
set
covered
piece.
with the paint for the
Yeah.
rest of the confrontation.
And then he gets up on the roof and they start fighting. Great. I love a train top fight. And they have to like do it like laying down basically
Yeah.
because like the roof is like so close to them, right?
Oh yeah, we're back in motion, baby.
And there is this like we set up like the like sort of like lights on top that like Jack is trying to like dodge, and there is the line that fucking that Howard says, "I'm smarter than you."
He's like, why I'm gonna win is because I'm smarter than you, Jack.
And then boom, gets his fucking head cut off. And he says, "Yeah, well, I'm taller." Bad line.
I love it.
Bad line.
I love it so much.
Bad line.
I mean, classic 90s.
Bad line.
I think it's essential.
Not great. There are much better lines out there for sure. Yeah, well, I'm taller.
Well, I think I like it because that is so much of his character, right? It's just spinning on this ridiculous ego he has of like, yeah, he's trying to dominate everyone with his massive intelligence, but like at the end of the day, you're just like a fucking pile of meat like the rest of us, dude, and now I'm fucking taller than you. Fuck you.
Yeah, I also feel like if you just said like, "Not anymore," I would have liked that more.
Yeah, I like the I'm taller line.
Yeah, I mean, it probably because you're tall. Like, I'm just like, okay, man, we don't have to bring height into this. Also, I think he was already taller than him. You know, I think he was always taller than him.
Yeah.
I have problems with the technicality, you know.
I like that also sets up where is he? He
He's lost his head. That's a good one. That's a good line. I like that one. And then he disarms the bomb very quickly, takes it off her. And I love talking to Mac, trying the emergency brake. It won't work. And then the fucking absolute like desperation as they're trying to get the cuffs. Well, she says, "Just give me the keys for like we're gonna have to jump off." And she's like, "All right, just get me out of here."
She gets a little delusional here, which I think is like a powerful moment.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
And the way they're freaking out, trying to like break the pole off so that she can get off. And then she's like, "No, just leave me, Jack.
Yeah.
You have to go."
You can still jump. Yeah.
Very good. I love it. It's very, very good.
And then speed.
And they embrace each other around the pole. And he turns the he's like, "I'm gonna
speed it up."
Yeah, I'm gonna jump the fucking track."
I think that was an ad-libbed, or not ad-libbed, a ADR added in line after, I believe. I think in the original cut, he actually doesn't say anything there. And they added in
the original,
in the
movie,
theatrical, yeah, in the theatrical release.
and they added it after it came out.
like a TV version, yeah.
That's really fucking stupid. I hate that.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure in the original, I could be wrong here. I'm pretty sure he just sees the situation and he just like starts speeding it up, but then they added in, "I'm gonna speed it up."
That's really fucking stupid. I hate that so fucking much. And he does it. He's gonna speed the train up. He's gonna jump the track. They embrace each other, sort of like, bracing themselves around the pole. We see all of these construction workers who are like, what the fuck is going on here, dude? This is insane. The train comes off the track and it bursts through the bus sign onto the street, screeches to a halt in front of a Starline Tours van. The guy's like, what the hell? He hit my van. What the fuck, man? It's a fucking train just came out of the fucking underground. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck is wrong with you?
You didn't leave me. So sweet.
Yeah, it's very cute. And he says, didn't have anywhere to be just then.
Yeah, good stuff.
And then they kiss, and it's very, very satisfying. And he says the thing back to her. Relationships based on intense experiences don't work. And she says, okay, we'll have to base it on sex then.
Which is a very cheesy line, but
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that more than the I'm taller line for sure. It was good. It's speaking to like that thing that I was saying that feels like kind of like more realistic.
Yeah.
Where two people are like when you watch two people flirt, like it's not so smooth. Like they're like so lost in each other that they don't even realize that they're both saying really stupid things. You know?
Yeah, I think it's a very real line. And
no,
it
it's
works,
great. Yeah,
but it's also just like
it's cheesy for sure.
It's such a cheesy line to end the movie on.
Well, I also just kind of love that it's like, hey man, you're good looking. Like I want, like, come on, let me get some of that.
This is what we've been setting up this whole time. Let's just fucking say it. We're gonna bang after this.
Yeah, but it's almost like I think like you're in the head of like, oh, romantic love. This is so cute for them, right? And then her like, let me turn it crass real quick, and I love that. That feels fun. But and then there's a huge crowd gathers around,
just watching around.
Just watching them kiss.
Yeah, I think it's sweet. Yeah, it's cool.
There's even someone who goes, "Oh, how romantic!"
Yeah, it's so ridiculous, but I love it.
It's good.
Amazing.
Good shit.
Great movie. I love that movie.
Pretty good. Well done stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your tier ranking?
I think you should go first.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it A tier. Like you were talking about earlier, like, defining it based on its genre. And if I define it as an action movie, I think this is an S tier action movie. I mean, I think all our nitpicks are like very small things. Maybe the 50-foot jump thing is a little bit bigger of a nitpick, but in terms of just being extremely entertaining, fun action movie that's very smart and well set up with great characters, great dialogue, like amazing score. What else could you want for it? But like I said, because there is this kind of like spiritualness almost to S tier for me, where it's like I need to like be like emotionally moved by its greatness. I just think this is an amazing action flick, and I'm gonna give it an A tier.
Word. I'm really struggling with this a lot. Like just the whole categorization of these things.
Yeah.
I think setting out to do like thinking about it like this is the way that we're viewing this movie. This is what we wanted the movie to be. I think in that sense, it's an absolute success. I would say that on that front, it is within its genre and what it's trying to do. I would say it is an S tier movie. I am trying to think about like the limits of what these kinds of movies can be. And like how high that can reach in relation to other like the other tier ranking of like where do I like place it amongst other movies I've seen. I'm somewhere between an A and a B. I don't really want to commit right now. Maybe just call it like an A-ish for right now. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm having trouble with this whole thing of like this movie isn't trying to be Arrival, for example.
Yeah.
It's not trying to do that. It does have an emotional component that I think is well executed, and there are like a lot of feelings that are deserved. But did it make me cry? Did it make me like really reflect on the nature of man? No, that's not what it was trying to do. Yeah, I'm going to say somewhere between an A and a B. A-ish, as I said.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think great movie. It's up there with my favorite action movies.
Yeah, it's very fun. I think it's one of those, it delivers on the promise of the premise. It's a strong premise, and it works. And it's just kind of like a very easy classic thing to point to. Like, look, this is an action movie that's, like, strongly set up and, like, totally delivers on that front,
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that was Speed. Next week we are watching another movie in motion because that's how this whole podcast works. The name of that movie is
Titanic.
James Cameron's Titanic.
I'm excited for that one. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
97? Is it 97, I think?
That sounds right. Yeah.
Sounds right, doesn't it? Yeah, Titanic. Fuck, dude. What a movie. I think we are going to have a guest for that one as well. Fuck, dude. What a movie. I think there's a lot to talk about. It is a 3-hour movie.
I know.
Wow. I think also just the age that I am, like, that movie was like, I mean, everyone's talked about it a lot, but it's like, it came on 2 VHSs because it was so long. And so many stories of one of the VHSs being much more worn out than the other ones, you know?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, dude, you know, I'll say it, dude. Kate Winslet is naked in the movie.
She sure is.
And it was very exciting for prepubescent boys, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think my...
Pre to becoming pubescent.
Yes, sir. I think, we'll talk about this next week too, but for me it was one of those movies I'd kind of dismissed as a child as like a girl's movie, like that my sister would watch or something. And then I watched it finally when I was in my teens and I was like, no, that movie's really good.
Yeah, it's great.
It's really good, yeah.
It's great. This was interesting about this. This is much more of a love story, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to compare. Also Jack, another Jack here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, thank y'all so very much. We appreciate y'all tuning in as always. As we like to say, please like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your parents, tell your classmates about us. And yeah, keep it up, y'all. Don't forget, call your mom, tell your friends you love them. And we, as always, will see you
in the forecast.
Cast.